my final Oscar predictions. This is my final Oscar predictions. The Oscars are in a couple of days. They're on Sunday. Today's Friday. Unless you're watching this on another day, then it's the day that it is for you right now. But I'm just going to go down through the nominees. I'm not going to do every single category because honestly I haven't seen some, but I'm going to do all the main categories. So on the website, we're starting with actor in a leading role. Nominees: Adrian Brody for The Brutalist, Timothy Chalamet, Complete Unknown, Coleman Domingo, Sing Sing, Ralph Fiennes, Conclave, Sebastian Stan, Apprentice. My choice is Adrian Brody. I think he's the bookie's favourite as well. He's just won so much. Timothy Chalamet won the Actors Guild Award. Screen Actors Guild Award, sorry. And I expected he would win that. But and he could give a bit of a fight, but I think Adrian Brody's got this in the bag. I reckon it's like 30% chance that Timothy Chalamet could, but it's definitely not going to be any of the others, I'm afraid. I'm sorry, but by the time it gets to this point, we've seen so many awards, and we know that a lot of the people that vote in these different awards also vote in the Oscars, because the Oscars have like a huge voting base of like, I don't know, 10,000 people that all work in the industry. So these people in Screen Actors Guild and stuff, they all voting for the Oscars as well. So we really do start to get clear pictures at this point. And I think it's Adrian Brody. He's won the most, and he, in my opinion, was the best performance of the year. He was just an incredible actor. Timothy Chalamet was great as well as Bob Dylan, but his time will come later. So that was actor in a leading role. Actor in a supporting role is the next one. We got Yuri Borisov for Anora, Kieran Culkin, A Real Pain, Edward Norton, A Complete Unknown, Guy Pearce, The Brutalist, Jeremy Strong, The Apprentice. Again, this is already sort of, they've already written the name on the statue. Everybody already knows it's going to be Kieran Culkin for A Real Pain. Really deserving, awesome performance, but you know, water's wet, the sun is hot. Kieran Culkin's going to win the Oscar. Next is actress in a leading role. This one is interesting. We got Cynthia Erivo, Wicked, Carla Sofia Gascon, Emilia Perez, Mikey Madsen, Honora, Demi Moore, The Substance, and Fernanda Torres for I'm Still Here. So Carla Sofia Gascon's not going to win. She's too unliked these days. So Cynthia Erivo, I'm afraid she's not going to win either, even though I thought she was fantastic. But this is really between Mikey Madsen and Demi Moore, with the off chance of Fernanda Torres making an upset. I think the industry favourite might be Mikey Madsen, because she won BAFTA. However, Demi Moore has won more. And Fernanda Torres is just gaining popularity. So this is a difficult one. I think a lot of people are going to be going for Mikey Madsen and Honora. Me, I think it's still going to be Demi Moore. She's got a huge story behind her. She's got that kind of legacy vote. And I think if Fernanda Torres is going to steal any votes, it might be from Mikey Madsen, because the people who are voting for Demi Moore, yes, a lot of them are voting for Demi Moore because they think she did the absolute best performance of the year. And those people who are voting purely out of who did the best performance of the year, they're going to choose their favourite, Mikey Madsen, Demi Moore, or Fernanda Torres, right? But there is a percentage of voters that are choosing Demi Moore because they feel like she deserves it for her whole career. You know, she's got this story behind her. The industry kind of love her. And those people aren't going to be swayed by Fernanda Torres, I don't think. So if Fernanda Torres is going to take any votes, I think it's really only going to be mostly from Honora, in my opinion. That's my personal opinion. I do think Honora was the best performance, Mikey Madsen. However, Demi Moore is undeniably amazing in that film. Again, you just go to the mirror scene. It's just, that scene alone is So relatable, so horrible to watch. It makes you anxious. It makes you just feel bad. It's just great. Like, she's wonderful. Obviously, I've already said how amazing Fernanda Torres was in I'm Still Here, but again, I don't think she's had enough time to sort of build momentum. She's a very recent new love. Like, it only just got released in the UK like last week. So if she had like another month, maybe she might build even more because she is up on the rise. But I think it'll be Demi Moore. That's my choice. That's my final choice. Demi Moore. Actress in a supporting role, we got Monica Barbaro, Complete Unknown, Ariana Grande, Wicked, Felicity Jones, Brutalist, Isabella Rossellini, Conclave, and Zoe Saldana. Emilia Perez. It's going to be Zoe Saldana. She's won everything. Sweep. Absolute sweep. Just like Kieran Culkin, Water is Wet. And Salt is Salty. And Zoe Saldana is going to win this. Right. Next, we got animated feature film. I haven't seen all these. I've seen most of them, though. We got Flow, Inside Out 2, Memoir of a Snail, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, The Wild Robot. So, some great films in here. Inside Out 2, I went to see this with a certain Italian lady, and she cried and cried and cried and cried and cried and cried. Like, I've never seen her cry that much. So she cried a lot. The Wild Robot, I think that made my sisters cry. It made me cry. That just makes everybody cry. Beautiful, beautiful film. And I think Flow is also up for grabs here. I mean, even Wallace and Gromit could be up for grabs, but in the end, my vote goes for The Wild Robot. I think that film just the most people have seen it, and I think it just strikes a chord, and it's not a sequel. I just think it's going to win. The Wild Robot, that's where my vote goes. I have not seen the animated short film, so I'm not going to make a prediction there. Cinematography. The Brutalist, Dune Part 2, Emilia Perez, Maria, Nosferatu. Ooh, this is difficult, you know. Nosferatu, wonderful. Maria, a beautiful amount of cinematography, but I think this is going to go to The Brutalist. I really do. I just think the way the camera captured the Brutalist architecture was just really, really incredible. Just what we got to see for the amount of budget that he worked with, what we saw on that screen through that camera lens was just amazing. It just looks so grand, spectacular. My vote, my prediction is The Brutalist, and that's who I'd want to win as well. Costume design, probably Wicked. So, I mean, here are the nominees. Complete Unknown, Conclave, Gladiator 2, Nosferatu, Wicked. Wicked is very loved by the Academy, I think. They've nominated it for a lot. So, yeah, I'm going to say Wicked get this one. Directing. This is another contentious one. So, we got Anora, Sean Baker, The Brutalist, Brady Corbet, Complete Unknown, James Mangold, Emilia Perez, Jacques Audiard, and The Substance, Coralie Farget. So this is really between... who is this between? So it's between Anora, Sean Baker, The Brutalist, Brady Corbet, and maybe, very maybe, The Substance. I'm gonna put my money on Sean Baker. Yes, it's incredible what Brady Corbet did for The Brutalist. It's insane what he managed to achieve with that tiny budget. He made like a grand film. But I just think Anora is the film that's most likely going to win Best Picture, I believe. And so I just think Sean Baker goes with that, honestly. The Brutalist, I mean, Brady Corbet does stand a chance here. I would kind of love it if Coralie Farget won, because I think that film's directorialness was great. Because Anora it is a very well, amazingly directed film, obviously, but it relies so much on how amazing the acting is, and how, just like, how well written those characters are, to the point where you can just like, you could just stick a camera down and let them loose, because all the acting in that film is so good. Like, I'm not sure how much the directing, I mean, obviously the directing plays the biggest part in getting the best performances out of the actors, but I'm just saying, for a film with like real directing-y things in it, the substance is so directed. If you know what I mean. If I'm making any sense there, the film is so directed. Like, it's so like a director's film. It's a director's vision. You can really feel this is a director's vision. Whereas Honora feels like a writer's idea, and these characters' sort of development of it, these actors' development of these characters. The substance feels like a director's vision. That's all I can say. So I would kind of love it if she won, but my money is on Sean Baker, and well deserved. He directed the best film of the year, in my opinion. So it is what it is. I'm not going to do documentaries. I didn't see those. Film editing. We got Honora, Sean Baker, The Brutalist, Conclave, Emilia Perez, Wicked. I'm not going to say all the names. I actually think Conclave is going to win this one. You know, Sean Baker with Honora, like I just said, like, it relies so much on how well written the characters are, and how they're so well portrayed by the actors. But in terms of the editing, like, the film is actually quite long. And like, if there's any kind of complaints about the film, is that it feels maybe a bit too long, and that will be down to the editing. Like, you got to edit it down if it feels too long. You know, if anything, the editing is probably the worst part of it. I think Conclave feels fast, and it feels like it's going at a break speed pace, but it's really just men talking in the Vatican. That's all it is. And it feels so quick, and that's down to the editing. Like, we're following all these conversations, we're following all these different plot points that are coming out of this sort of thriller. And yeah, I think it's really well edited. I think Conclave is going to take the award home. Now we got international feature film. So we got I'm Still Here, it's from Brazil. The Girl with the Needle, Denmark. Emilia Perez, France for some reason. Germany, The Seed of the Sacred Fig, and Flow from Latvia. I hope this goes to I'm Still Here. Emilia Perez got tons of nominations. So at the time of nominating, the Academy fucking loved Emilia Perez. But with all the controversy and the backlash and the drama, I'm Still Here has had the opportunity to emerge. And I think I'm Still Here is going to take it. So that is where my money is. I'm Still Here. Makeup and hairstyling, I mean, for me it's between Wicked and The Substance. I'm going to go The Substance. Yes, I'm going to Substance. Substance is what I'm going to go for. I mean, I think there's a lot of love for Wicked, and all in all, like, the costumes and the green makeup. Yes, it's got a great road to the win here, but I think The Substance is undeniable. Just the old decrepit finger, like, that was just like, ugh, so well done. I think, yeah, come on, the makeup, let's do it. Let's give him that. The Substance, I'm putting my money on The Substance. Oh, even Nosferatu though, you know. Anyway, let's go. I'm doing The Substance. Music, original score has to be The Brutalist, but there's also Conclave, Emilia Perez, Wicked, The Wild Robot. I love the score from The Wild Robot, but I also love the score from The Brutalist. It's so epic. Da-na-na-na. And it's just the build-up from the beginning of that film with that score. It's excitement inducing. It's so So well realized, that music in that film, the way it works together with the film, again adding to the idea of this being a grand story, when really there's such a small budget for this film, that just a bus driving down a road with that music behind it, da 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 da, it's just a bus like driving down a country lane. You're enthralled. You're like, this is some huge epic film, but it's just a bus driving down a lane with this da 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 da, these huge like horns and piano and stuff. Just great, just wonderful, wonderful score. That has to win music original score. I'm not going to do music original song because I've not heard of most of these, but it's probably going to be El Mal. Production design, I'm just going to very quickly go through this. Probably Wicked. You know, like the millions and millions of flowers that they put down there. Obviously, The Brutalist is in there, Conclave, Doom Part 2, Nosferatu. But I think Wicked's going to take that one. I think I just believe Wicked will get that with all the millions of flowers that they did, and it just looks spectacular with the train and everything. All right, I'm going to do the 2 ratings, and then I'm going to do the best feature film, which you probably guess what it's going to be. But so, adapted screenplay, we got Complete Unknown, Conclave, Emilia Perez, Nickel Boys, Sing Sing. This is going to Conclave. It's just one everywhere, basically. This is as sure as I could ever be for a prediction for the Oscars. I think Conclave is just sweeping everywhere, and I think it's a great script as well. You know, it's a, in England we say PG. I guess it's like a it's a film that kids are allowed to go watch. But it feels so adult with the way they talk, even though they're not effing and jeffing, as we say in England. They're not swearing, using curse words. They're just having deep conversation, and it never feels boring. It feels interesting. It feels exciting the way they talk. The script is so well written. So yeah, I'm giving it to Conclave for adapted screenplay. Writing original screenplay, we got Anora by Sean Baker, The Brutalist, Real Pain, Jesse Eisenberg, September 5, it's not going to win for some reason, and The Substance. This is a great lineup. Man, I'd be happy with Anora, Brutalist, A Real Pain, or The Substance. I think all of those films were so well written. A Real Pain sort of randomly has been winning here and there. I think Anora, it's got a really good chance to win because I think Honora is going to win Best Film. Spoiler alert. But then again, Substance is so well written. Like, the story of The Substance written down, it's so good. Because obviously when they say writing, they don't just mean the words that the characters say. They mean the writing of the story as well. And it's just such a good, unique story. A Real Pain, the dialogue is so good. The Brutalist, I would say The Brutalist is not going to win here. I would say it's really between Anora and A Real Pain. And I'm going to go for Anora. I would be very happy if Jesse Eisenberg won for A Real Pain, or Coralie Farjat will win for The Substance, but my money is on Anora. So, this is it, the moment you've been waiting for. Best Picture. Nominees: Anora, Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Doom Part 2, Emilia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, Substance, and Wicked. Okay, we can cross off all the ones who are not going to win. Emilia Perez, Nickel Boys. 100% not going to win. 90% not going to win. We got A Complete Unknown, Dune Part 2, and Wicked. 80% not going to win. We got Substance and Brutalist. 50%. I don't know my math. Okay, but we've basically come to the top 3. I'm Still Here, Conclave, and Anora. Conclave is surging. I'm Still Here is surging. It's climbing up. And Anora has always been up there. I think this goes to Anora. My money's on Anora. But I'm worried about Conclave because it's going to get script. I just think Conclave, it got BAFTA as well. Man, Conclave is a good film, but Anora's so good as well. And I'm Still Here. If it had like really started its campaign just like a month earlier, maybe it would have more of a chance. But I think I'm Still Here is not really going to do that. The Substance as well. Like, I think The Substance isn't going to do that. I would love it if The Substance won, but my heart goes with Anora, and I think that's where my money goes as well. Conclave is there, though. It's kind of close. So, but it's going to be Anora. It's going to be Anora, and I just think it deserves to win. So I'm happy with that, honestly. So those are my predictions. Anora for the win. It's been a crazy award season. The highs and the lows, the drama, the controversies or controversies, depending how you pronounce that word, the different sects choosing different winners. You know, the critics not choosing Anora for anything when we really thought they would, but the guild choosing Anora. Apart from SAG, didn't choose Anora. And then, like, you know, Fernanda Torres winning the Golden Globe and like bringing that film up with her incredible speech and Demi Moore's incredible speech. We've got Timothée Chalamet in the mix with his interesting speech with I'm going to speak low, I'm reaching for greatness. I didn't have a problem with that speech. You've got Anora sort of up there, but like fighting off all these people. At one point, Brutalist was right up at the top as well. But I think that's just sort of slowly come down. A Complete Unknown was showing loads of love in some of these nominations. But in the end, I really don't think it's going to win probably anything. Dune Part 2, one of the best films for like the past 10 years, just really going to be left out here as well. Emilia Perez had like the most nominations, was definitely like at the top of everyone's list, and now it's at the bottom. This has been an absolutely incredible award season. I've loved every minute of it, and I can't wait to watch the Oscars on Sunday. I'm going to be in Rome, but I'll do a reaction at some point. So that is it. That's what it is. Please comment, like, tell me who you think is going to win. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Am I completely wrong? Am I missing something? Let me know. But apart from that, I love you. I absolutely bloody love you, every single last one of you.